Martin's Test Shaves, Saturday the 26th of July. I dug up a little bit of a treasure and I thought I'd share it with you guys. First of all, I'm going to lather up with some Arco. Yes, Arco. Because a lot of decent local barbers use Arco because it's actually quite nice stuff. A lot of people have a prejudice against it because, I suppose it's because it's cheap. I'm not posh, not at all. So I'm going to use some Arco, but the one thing I'm going to use, which is like what I discovered, I put it away 2 years ago. I had a Philly 13. And because a Philly 13 is a true 6/8, not like the Philly 14, which is of course the big 8/8, although the earliest ones are actually 7/8. So that's a slight misnomer there, due to the fact that in their advertising, they found that 7/8 was the most popular size in Europe and probably America. But 8/8 seemed to be generous, so you could actually lose a bit of edge with accidents and wear and still have full-sized, really decent razor. Anyway, let me get on. That seems to be coming out very nicely. A lot of prejudice against Arco, I don't know why. I mean, that seems to me a perfectly good lather. I don't know about you guys. It's very bright in here. I'm going to put a little more overhead light on, like thus. It's not going to make any difference. Anyway, to recap, I haven't actually got a case for my Philly 13, which is a bit of a tragedy. There it is. That's a 6/8 mint Philly 13, but no case. So I really would like a nice case for it. A Philly 14 case would be good, but it has 14 and not 13. Anyway, let's make a start on this because this has been last used in 2023 and I gave it the lightest possible strop because I hanging hair tested it just now and it was perfect, as I expected. Yeah, that's lovely. Note, no little cuts from the Hisham. So the trouble with trusting a barber with your own razors is they're not used to proper razors. As you'd expect, this is just carving away. I do love 6/8. It's a really, really useful size. I think it's probably the most popular size of straight razor you can get. But to make an impression, obviously I do love a full-size blade. I do love my giant Philly 14s. Now that's doing a very good job. Anyway, let's do the other side. It's actually late afternoon now, guys, because I've been out doing other things. You can imagine what. Slinging across the river and on the beach. We have to pick the right times because the kiddywinks are on holiday. Yeah, this is really nice. Yeah, there's two steels you can very rarely go wrong on. One is obviously Filarmonica and the other one is Puma. They're both excellent. Oh, that's so cool. So I'm going to try and find, unlikely, a case because the Philly 13 is of course smaller than the Philly 14 and I think the scales are smaller too. So even if you had a spare Philly 14 case, which I haven't, I'd be loath to put a Philly 13 in it. I'm not being pedantic, I'm just being awkward. Oh, Philly, I don't know how they did it. They always put a good edge on. So that's the first pass and it doesn't need a second. I'm going to do a very quick one just to remind myself of how. Do the golden rule, chaps. Make sure you haven't got suds all over your fingers. And the other thing is, which I keep forgetting to say, always have a supply of pipe cleaners. then you can put it in when you've finished and make absolutely certain there's no moisture inside the scales. Good idea. Oh, look at that. To think there's people out there that shave with other things. How strange of them. Oh, can't tell you how good that is. Yeah, it's a very kind steel. I say that in the knowledge that there are hard steels, soft steels, there are all sorts of steels, but somehow Signor Powell, which is on there, I shall read it to you, Filarmonica, Novador, Jose Montserrat Powell. And it's got the Philly sign, and it's got 13, and it's got Filarmonica Novador on it. The same as on a 14, but this is the 13. And it is a joy. I can honestly say, out of the tests I've done in the last few days, this Philly just absolutely takes the biscuit. I tried poor old Hisham's disposable blade thing, and although it's a very good, quick, fast shave, as he did to me, rather sore face after about a few hours. You don't get that with a straight razor. That's absolutely glorious. Anyway, I'm going to finish off, even though I haven't done a perfect shave. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. A word on timing. You can't expect to be really good with a straight razor till you've done, a few hundred shaves. It's worth it though. In the old days you had to because they didn't have anything else. But now we're always tempted by these strange, wonderful creations, for want of a better word, which I don't agree with. You get so-called multi-blades and all the rest. And the ease of shaving is great, but the feeling afterwards isn't. And quite honestly, if you want a really good feel, you've got to get yourself in tune with one of these. I'm going to wash this off because I think it's good enough. That was about, 3 days. One of the tests is, if you rub your face with a flannel directly after the shave and you feel sore, you haven't done a very good shave. So that feels perfection. I'm going to put some Pinard Clubman Pinard aftershave lotion. Don't know why. I like it. Very slight stinging. Oh, I'm surprised. Very, very slight. That's the alcohol. Yeah, more than I expected actually. So maybe the edge is particularly sharp on the Philly 13. I don't know. But I would say normally that's a very good test. Next time I'm going to use a Cella, because the Cella aftershave is incredibly kind. Anyway guys, 8 minutes 46, you've had enough of me. Just thought I'd dig out my caseless Philly 13 and I'll hold it up one more time. There you go guys, perfection. Thanks for subscribing, and thanks, I'm not going to mention his name. There's a certain gentleman that has subscribed to this channel and likes my slinging that said he is very happy with the Philly 13. And I don't blame him, anybody would be. Anyway, cheers, over and out.